Brilliance Audio.
Kamusari Tales Told at Night by Shion Miura. Translated by Juliet Winters Carpenter. Performed by Brian Nishi. Hey everybody, what's up? It's been a while, more than 6 months. Everybody doing okay? For all those who missed me so much you cried yourselves to sleep, you can dry those tears. I'm back. I'm joking, of course. Everybody? I'm sitting tapping this out on a computer that's not even connected to the internet. Yoki's place still has a black dial phone, and that's it. For form's sake, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. Pretending I'm writing for potential readers makes the sentences flow better. My name is Yuki Hirano. I am the grandson of Lupin, the famous gentleman thief. No, that's not true. I just felt like writing it. My grandfathers were both salarymen, so no gentleman thieves on either side. My old man works for a company in Yokohama. My mom's a homemaker. The other day, I turned 20. Last spring, right after I graduated from high school, my life turned upside down. I left my folks' home in Yokohama. To be precise, I got thrown out, and I've been living here in Kamusari village ever since, deep in the mountains of Midwestern Mie Prefecture. If you want to know all about my upside-down life here, you'll have to read the other file in this computer, the one labeled The Easy Life in Kamusari. But you can't, because the computer is locked and the password is secret. The contents of that file are so embarrassing, I don't want anybody eyeballing it. Especially Yoki. If he knew I was writing something, he'd laugh his head off. Who do you think you are, Shakespeare? That's why I sit at the computer in secret, at night. What am I doing here in Kamusari, you ask? Forestry. I'm a woodsman. Every day I'm on a nearby mountain planting cedar or cypress saplings, cutting underbrush, pruning or chopping timber and hauling it off. There's always lots to do. For the first year, I was a trainee, but this spring I became a full-time employee of Nakamura Lumber Company. Of course, I'm at the bottom of the pecking order. Nakamura Lumber is run by Seiichi Nakamura, or the Master, as the villagers call him. Seiichi has good business sense, and he knows his stuff as a woodsman, too. Pretty impressive for someone still in his 30s. His family has owned mountains around Kamusari going back generations. After the industry began to decline, they sold some of them, but even so, he owns enough to fill Tokyo Dome 256 times over. In the old days, the scale of their holdings was so vast, you could go from Mie all the way to Osaka and never leave Nakamura land. We work in teams. Seiichi is my team leader, and we mostly tend the forests on his land. The other teams in Nakamura Lumber work with the forestry union or hire themselves out to people who are too old to work their own land. Now I'll introduce the members of the Nakamura team. I've already told you about our leader, Seiichi. There's also his childhood friend, Yoki Ida, a big, brawny guy in his early 30s with short hair he dyes yellow. Yoki's always bragging about what a genius he is at forestry, and as much as I hate to admit it, he's right. Using just an axe, he can fell a tree with pinpoint control. His personality is another story. He's uninhibited, you could say. Reckless. Goes strictly by instinct. Then there's Iwao Tanabe, who's in his 50s, and Saburo Koyama, who's in his late 70s and still going strong. Everybody calls him Old Man Saburo. Iwao has the glorious distinction of having been spirited away by the god of Mount Kamusari when he was a little kid. He's really knowledgeable about every aspect of forestry, and he patiently explains things to me. Old Man Saburo knows everything there is to know about mountains and forests. Also, he's got an amazing ability to smell trouble. If Old Man Saburo says, "Maybe we'd better be heading back," then no matter how blue the sky looks, we clear out. And 9 times out of 10, by the time we get back to the village, there'll be a thunderstorm. It's not safe to be on a mountain during a thunderstorm because of the risk of lightning. Even wild man Yoki listens to old man Saburo.